What's up, everybody? Bringing back week 6's training vlog, a whole week worth of training and what's going on. So I think it's going to be my second to last week of this little phase I've been doing with clusters. So here's some cluster squats. I think it was 3 or 4 sets of triples, 3 sets of 1, around 370-ish. And a new sheaf standard setup. So this is a 32-foot extension ladder. Got it with some PVC that is now drooping. Since it's been up there a week, so I'm going to have to put a metal pole through that ladder rung. And got some guide wires up, and unfortunately they're a little close, too close for comfort on that backswing. I have to be careful where I'm lining up there. But this now gives me something to aim at. After this week, I can kind of say that the sheaf, the weight over bar, and the heavy weight for distance are the 3 events that are really still lacking with my quad coming back. The lightweights come back pretty good. The light hammer's starting to feel really good again. And the open stone or stone put has gone really, really well, and you'll see some of that footage. I did leave out one training day of this week. I'm doing that as its own video because I thought it was just a lot more reps specific to the hammer and some weightlifting movements. So I went ahead and I'm going to throw that up as part 2 of this training vlog, as well as I'm going to actually throw in the second day. So actually I lied. I took 2 days off of this video. The second day is going to be some push press and some weight over bar footage from a different angle. So I get to talk about that in a different video. So this is just testing the waters, also just trying to see how high this thing goes. It's a 32-foot extension ladder, but I think it topped out at 28.5. And I don't think any of this footage is from 28.5. I don't know if I threw it 28.5. I think I just pulled it up there. I can't remember now. But this, I think these are 26.5-ish feet where the top of those throws. Another day at work, different station than normal. Ended up getting out, got some good work in this night. Ended up doing the plyos after I did these stand throws, and I did some sandbag throws. Decided to stand only tonight. I'm definitely beat up, kind of deload week or 2 now. I'm trying to get some things healed up, not feeling as bad. Everything, if you're training hard, things are going to get banged up and feel tweaked and pulled and tired and sore in different ways along with the quad. So I ended up doing some non-reverses, and things were feeling good, and I was like, let me push some stand reverses. You see I have a tape measure out there, and I actually got one of my guys to come out and look specifically for me to measure my last 2 throws. But this was a stand throw lifetime best with a 16-pound implement. I believe right around, I'll share the info, 42 feet for those that actually watch this far. So I'm really happy. I know it's a shot put, makes it easier to tuck. There's no toe board, so they're kind of foulish, but I'll take a huge win for me. I sped this up, did some regular pulls, did some bottom-up pulls here, 3 sets of 5 pulls. I sped it up, so we're not here all night. I did actually finally weigh this thing, and it's 32.7 pounds. So I am going to probably increase the weight a little bit. I might get it I might make it a 42, honestly. I want to be, and I tried one hand and stuff like that. So weight over bar has not gone well, so I want to keep working that. But when I did the distance throws with this sandbag at this weight, they felt really good. I was able to work some technical stuff. So I kind of don't want to make it too heavy, so it kind of can stay kind of like a lightweight. So I don't know. I might make it I might bump it up another 10 pounds, make it like 42. But I don't know if that'll really translate to my weight over bar implements or weight over bar very much. And that's where I probably need the most work right now. But throwing this thing for distance was really smooth at this weight, so didn't have to put in a ton of effort and didn't have to hook grip it or anything like that throwing it for distance. Just have to watch for the sweat. Hit the plyos after this, and the plyos went pretty good. Starting a new phase in the plyos, and yeah, they went really well. And I've actually, secret, I've upped the ice baths a good bit lately. And feeling pretty good doing ice baths a little more often, trying to do them as far away from training as possible. This is my Wednesday. We threw lightweight first, then heavyweight, and this one went really good today. Lightweight. First throw, I was actually pretty happy with. I was very, very minimal effort. I think it probably went 65 or 66 with 0 effort, which was like, oh, this could be a good day. So just trying to work on a couple different things here today. My orbit and low point's getting off a little bit, and so I ended up tweaking my cast. And I can't tell you with how fast these are trickling along, which ones hit good, which ones hit better. I do know the very last lightweight throw went, I'm sharing some distances now. Everybody's a little secretive with the distances. I'll throw some out there. If you kind of see out there at the very end, where you hit the dirt, it starts going uphill. So I hit a 72-foot throw uphill with the lightweight. And I noticed I'm getting really high at the front with the weight. And it's happened last year, and it was going fine, but I think there's a little bit of float, and my low point's off to where it's more like underhanded at the finish, and it's my low point being off is where I'm having the issue. I was also not getting around as much, and I know that my drive leg still feels weird. I'm able to kind of manipulate and get around it in the lightweight. I'm able to kind of cheat it, per se, in the lightweight compared to in the heavyweight. Is where that I'm able to kind of rotate more and not drive as hard with the left leg. So take this what it's worth, the technique stuff. But feet are getting around, body's moving around all right. So I'll take how these went. I took a couple extras and went after them here. And that's, I think, second to last one. Oh, no, that was the last one. So that one went 72. So it was like 70, 72 were the last two. And then since it was set up, I went back and threw some short chain heavyweight. And after how the first one felt and went, I thought it was going to go really good. And then it kind of went downhill from there, to be honest. Not getting around. About took myself out with the bucket there, so I'm funny that I left that one in. But definitely was just not feeling balanced. The legs just didn't feel right that day. I'll give it some fatigue. But I'm really pulling. I'm really diving to that left front, which is not what I want to do personally. I know some people do that. I'd like to drive a little more straight, but I think part of that all goes back to the very start here. I'm not getting around on that first turn. I'm really backwards. I'm too blocked off on that first turn. And then I went and gave blood right after those throws. Got a little lifting in, I think, and then went and gave blood. The very next day, I was actually happy if you saw how that first one went with the deadlifts at the firehouse. So got some lifts into the firehouse, actually deadlifted, and did it 10 singles one rep every 30 seconds. This is at 395. And they moved so much better than the week before, but a lot more fatigue. They were also at the end of a session. Still feeling my glute and hamstring in my left leg a little bit, but it is much better. It's nowhere close to as bad as it was with pulling sumo, but I still got to keep on that and keep addressing whatever issues going on with that tightness in there, causing some pain. It definitely slows down my lockout. Let's go back giving blood. It is so easy to do. Just go on. I use the Red Cross, and there's other people that do it. But really easy. Get out, give some blood. It can save a life, and it's good for you. It's good to change some of the blood out. Your body's constantly going to make more. You can give it once every 8 weeks. So here, this was in the correct order of how I did this day. I did the deadlifts, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do on this day. I was behind a little bit. I took a day completely off earlier in the week, so things were not in exact flow. But I went ahead and hit my bent over rows because my shoulder's been beat up. My right shoulder's been pissed. And so overhead was feeling a little wonky and bench was feeling wonky, and it was like up into my neck and stuff like that. So I did drop sets there, 275, drop to 225. And then I hit these are a 5 count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pull up. Kind of, not super fast, but just controlled. Really trying to drive the heels into the pad. Focusing on hamstrings, not focusing on the glutes as much in this, but really trying to put some pressure on the hamstring, kind of trying to work that left hamstring issue that's going on. So 3.5, 3 plates and a quarter on there. Not the hardest in the world, but with the 5 second eccentric, made it tougher. And then one that I'm really happy with. This is a set holding 60s, but I did 3 sets of lunges, 50s, 60s, and 70s. Go back, 6 weeks, and I was with 25s in my hands. This has obviously progressed really well just from me mentally pushing it, but I'm also not feeling so imbalanced with the lunges. So it's just like one of those reassuring that, man, the quad's coming back. And then come back after dinner, went and had dinner after that, came back and got in this core work, heavy. These were heavy today. 225s pushing it a little bit for me. I actually backed down after this and went a little bit longer time. It is set at 185 and 135. But some heavy core work lately has actually felt and gone pretty good. This was kind of just a number I had in my head and pushed it a little bit and was a little tough. Then this is how things get strange. Sometimes things go really weird. Threw the slingshot on, warming up for bench. Shoulder felt okay, wasn't being pissy, but threw the slingshot on. And didn't try to be overly aggressive on the speed of the press. Was trying to stay more controlled. Hit 5 there. I think I hit 3 here at 315. And it felt like stupid easy. So I went to 355 And it was like, okay, let's do a triple here. I've been just doing 5s and 3s, working up. And once again, just being controlled, it felt really easy. I didn't overly fast press. I don't even have wrist wraps on. And I was like, well, all right, it felt that easy. It went to 370 and took a single. And it really felt easy. So I'll be very happy with that. So on a deload day, a few other odds and ends around that, and then did a lot of rehab work. And this is one I got from Willis Graves on trying to tuck a stone better. Talking to him about my mobility restrictions in my shoulder and what can we do, what's something I can do to help improve my ability to tuck a stone. So this is one that we're working on. It's a slow lowering and a pause at the bottom, kind of as a loaded stretch for the internal rotators. So it's arm abduction where we're in that 90-degree position, up arm raised, and then working this internal rotation down. That's the position your shoulder's in when you're doing tucking a stone or a shot put. So as well as doing some wrist stretching for wrist. And I actually might as well flip over and hit both arms. Now, what's really funny is I lack internal rotation mobility on my right shoulder, but my external rotation strength on my left is really bad. So I can't even raise, when I raise up on the left side, it doesn't raise up as well. And that's it for this one. Stay tuned for part 2.